Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Week 11 Fantasy Football, Last Second Sports.
Yeah!
We have Barfy.
What is going on, everyone? How are we doing today?
As always, myself. No Ryan this week. He has to work. Just like last week, we all had conflicting schedules, so we were not able to do a podcast. But hey, welcome back. We are doing it this week.
Y'all had conflicting schedules. I was ready to go. It was going to be another Barfy solo show, but then I realized I went back and watched the last year's and watched that abortion happen.
Yeah, that was fun to watch.
That was fun to watch. I mean, I figured out what to do now. I mean, obviously, we were getting ready for the very Barfy Christmas that episode, so I had wires all over the place and children hanging from the ceilings, and I don't know.
Oh, my God. Okay. Anyway, so lots going on with this week. We have several injuries. We have several COVID. Amari Cooper out for COVID. Ben Roethlisberger back from COVID list. Injuries with the Saints. Who we got? We got their tackles. Both their tackles are out, and Kamara is out. So it's going to be all Trevor Siemian and Mark Ingram. That should be interesting to watch.
Crap. That reminds me, I gotta pull what's his face off now, because I forgot he was out.
Cooper?
Kamara.
Yeah. Yes, should be an interesting week, but we got your starts, we got your busts, we got your sleepers, so stay tuned. We're going to get this started. Must starts. So with this week's must starts, we have Barfy's pick.
So I went with Justin Herbert. Herbert has been held in check lately, scoring 16 fantasy points or less in 3 of his past 4 games. This should have been more of a redeemer, but I decided to go off with it today. But he'll break out of his slump this week against the Steelers at home because Pittsburgh defense is beat up. TJ Watt is out with a hip and knee injury. Jordan Hayden with a foot injury, and they're not coming back. Minkah Fitzpatrick, COVID. They're all unlikely to play. If all 3 are out, Herbert should have the chance for a quality outing and could be a top 5 fantasy quarterback this week.
Ooh, top 5. So we're going to definitely break the trend that we were having over the last couple of weeks. That is exciting news.
And obviously, I didn't say his full name, so he won't get injured today.
Yes, that's a very good point. Do not do that to the guy. Poor kid. Poor kid.
Poor kid.
I went with Dak Prescott on my must start. Dak Prescott over the last 2 weeks. And it's kind of like a gimme toss up right here with this one. Over the last 2 weeks, he's 26 at Atlanta, 20 against Denver. Playing KC, they are 31st against quarterback production in the fantasy football world. Over the last 2 weeks, Derek Carr with 19 and Jordan Love with that miserable outing that he had for his first career start with 13. But I think this is going to be more along the lines of a shootout.
I mean, between Big Daddy Dak and Mahomes, probably should be interesting. It probably actually be a good game, be a quality game. I mean, as long as KC actually shows up. I mean, it's Dallas, and they're a really good team this year. Well, when they actually play. So
yeah, it should be definitely a shootout game. I actually think I may have messed up with I don't know what I was looking at. I don't know why I had them written down that they were playing Dallas this week, but I don't know. They're playing KC, so it's a much better matchup. Or not playing Dallas, playing Green Bay. I have no idea why I did that, but
well,
yeah, I have no idea. I had someone on this list that was playing Green Bay.
Who's playing Green Bay today?
Vikings. That's right. Justin Jefferson. Did I take him off? Nope. No. Okay. All right. It's been a long week. But yes, really Dak Prescott it has been a long week. Getting ready prep for that Thanksgiving stuff. My mind's on pie.
The only thing your mind's going to be on is bags of ice. Bags of ice.
That is true. I will be getting my vasectomy next Wednesday.
Oh, you said it right this time.
I said it right this time, yes. Yes.
This dude sends a text message this morning. So we were talking about doing a Thursday morning showdown for football, and he's like, "I got a hysterectomy on Wednesday." I'm like, "Sir," or should I call you ma'am?
Yeah, his reply was, "I knew you were always a pussy."
You know, you kind of look like Chaz Bono, so.
That's just stupid.
Yeah, they were stupid. All right,
let's
we
move it
gotta
on.
move it on to our running backs.
All right, I got here Mr. David Montgomery from Chi-Town versus Baltimore. Fantasy managers might have been hesitant to get Montgomery back into their lineups for Week 9 against Pittsburgh after he came back from a 4-game absence with a knee injury. He played well with 13 carries just for 63 yards, along with 2 catches for 17. Most importantly, he kept Khalil Herbert off the field by playing 85% of the snaps. This week, Montgomery gets reinforcements with the Bears, hoping to have a left tackle. Tevin Jenkins is active, which would also help Justin Fields. The Ravens have been stingy against opposing running backs this season, but Montgomery is still trustworthy as a number 2 fantasy option in all leagues.
Yes, I think the biggest thing for them is they need to definitely force feed Dave Montgomery. They have to take over the clock in this. With Khalil Mack being out, that defense is going to be a little bit worse than it is already. So Dave Montgomery should see a very, very. It said 85% of the snaps last week. Wow.
Yeah,
Especially after COVID.
85 of them.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
All right. So my pick, I have Leonardo Fournette. With Leonardo,
The great Italian athlete, Leonardo Fournette.
Leonardo Fournette. Over the last 2 weeks, he had 13 against Washington. He had a bye week the week prior, and then against New Orleans, he had 6 points. Going against the G-men this week, they're ranked 26th against running back production. Over the last 2 weeks, they've given up to Josh Jacobs 12 and Derek Gore 12. I think this is going to be this game alone against Tampa Bay. I really want it to be a close game, but I just don't see it. I don't see it being a close game. I see Tampa Bay just scorching them. Then they're going to have
unless Tom Brady's feeling generous, and he might be like,
"What's the teaser?" Like, "Oh, here you almost have it."
Oh, you almost had that touchdown. Oh,
so
gotta be a lot quicker than that. Sorry, Saquon.
So Fournette they're going to be probably the second half of the game focusing on milking that clock. Leonard Fournette that 20 rushes, 25 rushes, pounding it. Probably see a little bit of Ronald Jones sprinkled in there just for the fact of the game's going to get so out of hand by the second half.
Well, and also if anybody out there, you play when you play Fortnite, you just get lost in time. So they'll just milk that clock.
Wrong game.
Oh, whatever. Well, I saw you have Fortnite on the screen.
Yeah. We're not selling skins here.
No skins. No skins. We don't. No one wants to see the skin.
The skins and those special guns. Where's it get those beautiful guns?
I bought it from the App Store.
Oh,
my dad dropped it off for me.
That's just stupid.
Okay. Well, moving on to the wide receiver portion.
No, right. Wide receivers. I got DJ Moore from Carolina versus what the fuck football team. It's been tough to trust Moore lately since he's scored 9 PPR points in less than 3 games in a row. But he hasn't scored a touchdown since week 4, but he'll break out of this slump this week against Washington with Cam Newton under center. Welcome back, Cam. Welcome back. Because that was the only team you were good for about 3 seasons. With Cam Newton under center, Washington is number 2 in most fantasy points allowed to opposing receivers. And the pass rush shouldn't be a problem for Newton and Chase with Chase Young and Montez Sweat jaw injury. You wear a
Yeah,
helmet. How do you have a jaw injury? You wear a
There's
fucking helmet.
all kinds of snack goods in there.
I
Fig
know.
Newtons and Sweetens and all
Yeah.
yum yums.
Newtons and Chases and Montez Sweets and more has a top 15 upside in all leagues this week. It's Washington. Did they actually give up yet? Or are they still pretending to be a football team this year?
I think Heineke still thinks he's playing for something.
Oh, Heineken still thinks he's playing. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They think they're starting. After last week, they beat the Bucks. Wow, they beat the Bucks.
Wow.
Yeah, beat the.
I
Bucks.
had Brady on my fantasy, and he still got me 23 fucking points.
Goodness.
Wow.
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 You did. You crazy son of a bitch, you did.
All right. I went with my must start this week. I have Deebo.
Deebo.
No Brandon Ayuk. Deebo. So
I'm sorry, who?
Ayuk.
There we go.
All
you're
right.
running.
So over the last 2 weeks, he had 29 with the Rams and 9 against Arizona. Going against Jacksonville is 21st against wide receiver production in the fantasy football realm. Pittman, over the last 2 weeks, they had Pittman with 10, Diggs with 12. Deebo's going to get force fed. It's no doubt. It's just how it's always going to be. When you look for a wide receiver, he's the kind of guy you want, the guy that is averaging a massive amount of targets. That's just the way you want a wide receiver to be. You want a guy that's going to get 10 targets a game and all, because the more volume he gets, the better, more chances of production he's going to have. You don't want those guys that are getting 2, targets. Yeah, they might catch one of them for 90 yards and a touchdown, but that is not a guy I want on my roster.
No, you want give me the guy who has more snaps and gets 5 yards.
Yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Mhm.
More points. Also, I'd like to have something else I forgot to put, because I forgot to look at the next page on my notes here. But also with Washington, they've allowed 27.3 fantasy points this season against opposing quarterbacks.
Ew. Oh, and there are no Chase Young anymore. Chase Young is down.
Yeah, but he has
tore
got an
his
ACL.
Yeah.
ACL, and Montez Sweet has a jaw injury, as we talked about earlier. But so we're saying, well, it's Jacksonville. Jacksonville hasn't done much earlier this year anyway. Like they're
coming on as of recently.
They're still just a puddle in a bucket. A little drop in a bucket.
They're starting to be a little fun to watch. It's there some new names are coming out of there. Agnew, whoever he is, wide receiver Agnew just decides, hey, I'm going to be a player. But I think
I get paid. I might as well do something.
Yeah, I got to do something. I don't know. But all right, we're going to move into that sleepers and redeemers. All right, with sleepers and redeemers, you're leading hard, Barfy.
I am actually. Yeah. Holy shit! I didn't even realize I did this. Going in with Cam Newton. That's why my notes were wrong, because I was looking at the wrong fucking name. Way to go. Going with Cam Newton. Newton didn't start in week 10 against Arizona, which was his first game back with the Panthers this year, but he still managed 13 fantasy points. Which included a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown to Robbie Anderson. Let's hope Newton can relive his glory days in Carolina. He must be ecstatic to be starting his first home game with the Panthers since week 2 of 2019. It does help that he's facing Washington defense with Chase Young out with an ACL and Montez Sweet with a jaw injury. Washington also has allowed an average of 27.3 fantasy points per game to opposing quarterbacks this year. So if you need a quarterback, you might want to try to scoop this dude up.
Yummy, especially in those 2 quarterback leagues.
Yeah,
everyone's hurting. I went with Daniel Jones.
Really?
I know. I went with Daniel Jones. He's coming off a bye. He's coming off a bye, so he's well rested. They've had plenty of time to say, okay, this is how we got to attack this team. So Daniel Jones over the last, you have the bye week prior to that, had 9 points against Vegas. I think he got hurt that game, possibly. I don't know. And then 17 against KC. Tampa Bay is 24th against quarterback production. They've given up 16 to Heineke, and 11 to Trevor Siemian. Trevor Siemian, I think, only played half that game, a quarter and a half, I believe. But this is like I said earlier. This is a game that's going to get out of hand, and so they're going to have to air it out. He does have his wide receivers back: Kenny Galladay, Tony,
Bueller.
Bueller. So he's going to definitely have his weapons back to make this passing game go. I don't think Barkley's going to be a big factor in this, just because they're going to be down fast, and they are the best against the run. So
he's
definitely would
worthless.
say, Daniel Jones is going to get back to where he was earlier in the season, I believe, this game.
Oh, wow. I mean, I have a feeling he's going to get destroyed today, but I hope he doesn't. I like Danny Dimes.
I do too. I think he's going to be. He's come a long way.
Yes, but I still think he is fucked for today. You ever think some of these quarterbacks on shitty teams, like I don't really know a bad quarterback. Well, I know one, but I won't mention his name because I don't want him to get hurts. But I don't know. Like they know they're playing a team that's going to absolutely demolish them. Like, do you think they just sit there and just like, oh, dear God, please give me an injury today. Give me a concussion protocol, please.
I'm sure. And then they get reminded that it's an 18-week season. They go, but I see Danny Dimes. It's going to be more along the lines of garbage time. Everyone loves garbage time. Garbage time. Garbage time. Garbage time. Where'd you get your points at garbage time?
Come on down the garbage time. Garbage time sports where the points don't matter and the games are just shit.
Boop.
I went with Kenyon Drake for my redeemer.
And totally redeem yourself.
So I went with Kenyon Drake. Drake busted in week 10 against the Chiefs with 4 carries for 16 yards, along with 2 catches for 15 yards and 3 targets. That snapped a streak of 3 games in a row with at least 16 PPR points. But I expect him to rebound this week against the Bengals. Cincinnati is second in the NFL in receptions allowed to running backs with 70. Drake should play in the passing game in tandem with Josh Jacobs, while Jacobs remains the quality number 2 fantasy running back in all the leagues. Drake has a flex appeal in PPR. He has 13 catches in his past 4 games.
I didn't realize they gave the second most receptions to a running back. That is a great stat.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I went with Deontay Foreman.
You know, I was going to go with him, but I couldn't pronounce his name, and I did not feel like butchering a name this week.
I think I probably butchered it too.
Donta
Foreman? I don't know.
Donta? Is it Donta?
I don't know. Over the last 2 games, New Orleans 9 against the Rams 3. Playing Houston 24th against the running back production. Over the last 2 weeks, Houston has given up 14 to Gaskin and 22 to Henderson. I think this is a prime week for. We all thought it was going to be McNichols. We thought Peterson was going to get sprinkled in, but it looks like it could be Foreman's show, which is great. Like I was a Foreman fan when he was with Houston a couple years back. He blew out his Achilles, and that usually is like the death sentence for most NFL players because you lose a step and a half. But he's battled back, and I think he's going to be given the reins to the backfield, and not the bell cow reins, but
How now, bell cow?
now bell cow. But he's not going to. I think he's going to get the majority of that. Let's just say that. So he's definitely someone you can sneak in your flex. With all these injuries, with Aaron Jones going down, you didn't get AJ Dillon, so you're looking for something. You slap him in your RB2 spot and hope for the best. But this is a heck of a matchup for big production day for him.
All right. I like that. Like I said, I was going to pick him, but I cannot pronounce his name, and I did not feel like butchering someone's name that I don't know yet.
Well, try this one.
Rashad Batman. Rashad Batman. Batman can continue to be the go-to option for Lamar Jackson in Week 10 at Miami, even with Sammy Watkins back on the field. Batman had 6 catches for 80 yards on 8 targets. And he now has at least 6 targets in every game he's played. He's still looking for his first touchdown, though. Come on, Rashad. But I love his upside as a top weapon for Jackson. And Chicago is number 6 in most fantasy points allowed to opposing receivers. So look for both Marquise Brown and Batman to play both well this week.
Speaking of first touchdowns, we have to go for our boy Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby!
Finally got his touchdown. Good job, buddy. Proud of you. Way to persevere. And it was funny. I was talking to somebody. Hey, Corey. It was funny. I was talking to somebody. They're like, what do you feel about Jacoby Myers? I was like, oh, man, I've had him all year, and I've started him several times. I wouldn't put him in my starting lineup until I start seeing him score a touchdown or two. And then, boom, touchdown. And I started Russell Gage over him, who gave me a big gooser.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
We have a question. And this is actually falls in our sleepers and redeemers category. Here is the question. Well, Corey, if you're late, you might want to see a gynecologist, but do you think Joe Flacco is a sleeper this week?
No.
I want to cheer on this Jersey boy so bad. No. I think it's going to be garbage.
He's just not even like average quarterback anymore. He is just a shell of what he used to be.
He's not even the average Joe.
No, not even the average Joe. And it's I wouldn't even, if you have, don't start anybody. If you have to play Flacco, just don't.
If you don't. If actually, and to be fair about this, he hasn't played in how long?
Well, to be fair,
how long has he played? When's the last time he played an actual game, not just played for one quarter with the Eagles?
Didn't he start games last year with the Jets?
I don't think he played with the Jets last year.
Yeah, he played for the Jets last year.
So wait, he got traded from the Jets to the Eagles back to the Jets?
Yeah.
Anywho.
Shenanigans.
I don't know.
Some shenanigans.
I'm just saying, I don't think first off, it's the Jets. What are they at? They're still winless, right? No, that's Detroit.
Detroit's not winless. They got a tie last week.
That's not a win.
It's not a loss either.
But doesn't mean they won. So they're still winless.
Yeah, technically.
I see a W, it ain't a win.
A W.
See a W. Now poor Joe, but maybe he might do something today. Like this is the day to see. And if you're like the bald bastard who's last in the league, yes, pick up Joe Flacco. What do you got to lose?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's just stupid.
Oh, goodness. No, I would not recommend playing Joe Flacco. Don't do it. Don't even roster him. He's not even no.
Matt, where were you 5 minutes ago?
We just talked about this.
Where the fuck were you 5 minutes ago?
So Barfy says Kenyon Drake is a solid flex. And actually, I literally just got done talking about McNichols because it looks like he's not getting the ball. It looks like it's Foreman that's going to be getting the majority of the carries. So this could be a thing that's week to week. I don't know, but I have Foreman in my starting lineup. So hopefully it's not a week to week thing. Hopefully the trends show that he's getting the carries and he continues to get the carries. Adrian Peterson's going to come in and he's going to do his thing, here and there. But I definitely think it's going to be the Foreman show. So
Foreman,
you have to.
Show?
You have to, yes.
Yeah, stick his foot up with everyone's ass.
Red Foreman. Yeah.
There you go. It took you a second. What's it say here?
Blatty
doesn't watch football.
I'll take his spot.
Oh, he meant to say Baldy.
Well, he doesn't do the fantasy football show. So
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can come on the podcast though.
Yeah.
Hope
There
you
you
all hope you all checked out Superfan Matt Davis. That was a fun episode.
Oh, yes, definitely. Go back and check out the Tuesday episode of Barfy the Bastard Brigade. That was really entertaining. Matt Davis is always a good time, especially when he brings up his conspiracy theories and all.
Oh, we are live at Bobcat Liquors on Route 47 in Delsey Drive, New Deptford, New Jersey. Sorry about that. There, we will censor ourselves now
Oh,
because we are live on the air. Hello there, everybody at Bobcat Liquors. There's some free promo for you. Is there a sale on beer you want me to talk about? You know, it's Thanksgiving's coming up. Get ready for the big game and big turkeys.
all right. I went with Christian Kirk. Now, again, we have more injuries. We have Hopkins is out, so I believe Christian Kirk comes in over the last 2 weeks. He's had 10 against Carolina, 13 against San Francisco. Played the Seahawks there, 14th. Middle of the line, basically against wide receiver production. Over the last 2 weeks, they've given up 13 to Devontae Adams and 13 to Jamal Agnew.
Ooh.
That's that Agnew guy we were talking about earlier
Agnew.
at Jacksonville. Yes, I don't know a whole heck of a lot about him, but he's coming on strong as of recently. So he could be Lawrence's go-to guy, maybe. I don't know. But we're talking about Christian Kirk, not Agnew. So Christian Kirk steps in. He's going to be the go-to guy in this offense. Hopefully, I'm not sure. I didn't see anything about Murray not starting if he's back this week. If he's not, I still think he gets his receptions, especially against a really poor Seahawks team. Yeah.
Yes.
See, senor.
Seahawks.
Ooh-wee.
Ding dong.
All right, moving on to our
young.
Breakout Flex. All right, so our Breakout Flex section, we have a very familiar name.
Very familiar name. Comes up a lot, almost every week on this show. Someone out of the three of us always says this gentleman's name. Sir Jaylen Waddle. Waddle will continue to be the number one receiver for the Dolphins with Devontae Parker out with a shoulder injury and Will Fuller with a finger is sidelined. My finger hurts. He should once again.
Charlie bit my finger.
Oh, well, now your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled linebacker duty. Where is that? And he should once again soak up plenty of volume from Tua Tagovailoa, as Al Michael has said it. And
Tagovailoa.
It's Tagovailoa. That's how they said it on when they played a Thursday night game, I think. Whenever they played. Oh yes, exactly. Gesundheit, Tagovailoa. He has at least 8 targets in 4 of his past 5 games. Jaylen Waddle, not Tua Tagovailoa, and he scored at least 15 PPR points in 3 of those outings. In their past 3 games against Cincinnati, Indianapolis, and Buffalo, the Jets have allowed 6 receivers to score at least 13 PPR points with 4 touchdowns. Waddle has a chance to go off the rails in this matchup. Oh, off the rails.
All right, yeah, Jaylen Waddle. It's against the Jets, so there's
Waddle,
that.
baby, Waddle, baby, Waddle, baby, Waddle.
I went with Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Oh, is he for the people?
Yeah, I think he is for the people, by the people.
That definitely sounds like an Al Sharpton type of person. Like, listen to me. I am Donovan Peoples-Jones. I'm for the people. Have you been injured in a lawsuit? Are you in a lawsuit? You know, one of them type of guys. Call Donovan Peoples-Jones, the people's lawyer.
Sign up for our civil suit. Over the last 2 weeks, he's got 2 against New England, 17 against Cincinnati. Going against Detroit, there 16th against wide receiver production. Detroit has given up 11 to Deontay Johnson and 2 points to Devontae Smith. Before Devontae Smith was resurrected over the last 2 weeks and decided to have 20-point days after we told everyone, drop him, he's dead. He's not so dead. But Donovan Peoples-Jones.
And totally redeem yourself.
Donovan Peoples-Jones, I think, is going to be the go-to guy going forward, as long as Baker can get the ball out to him. That's been been a little bit of the troublesome thing.
Baker's been
Yeah.
troubling, man. I feel
Yeah.
bad. And they're playing Detroit, so Detroit might have a chance today. They should have beaten the Eagles, but they never showed up.
They should have beaten Pittsburgh last week.
I think they got robbed on Pittsburgh.
They definitely did.
They got robbed.
Their kicker choked.
Come on.
Totally.
Why'd you get rid of Matt Prater? Matt Prater was the best player on Detroit's team. How did you get rid of Matt Prater and you brought him to Arizona? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Where am I? Are you that?
It's time for the bust.
That's what it is.
That's a bust.
All right, Barfy, your bust of the week.
I am going with this gentleman named Kirk Cousins. While the Packers offense usually generates the headlines in Green Bay, it's been the defense that has carried this team over the past 3 games, while Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, Alan Lazard, and Robert Tonyan have all battled injuries with the COVID positives. In the past 3 games against Kyler Murray, Patrick Mahomes, and Russell Wilson, that trio combined for just 25 fantasy points. For real. That's actually bad. With 1 touchdown and 4 interceptions. We'll see if the Packers defense can contain Cousins this week. And he scored at least 21 fantasy points in 2 games in a row and prior to week 11. But in his past 4 meetings with Green Bay, Cousins is averaging 13.8 fantasy points per game. He's only worth starting in a 2 quarterback and super flex leagues.
Ew. Yeah, well, sticking with that, I said Justin Jefferson. This passing game is not going to get off the ground. Justin Jefferson over the last 2 weeks against the Chargers, he had 19. Against Baltimore, he has 13. So he's hot. He's hot. But going against Green Bay, that's 5th against wide receiver production. Over the last 2 weeks, Metcalf and Lockett each had 3 or 4 points. That's not good. And they also held Tyreek Hill to 5. They do have a stud cornerback that will probably shadow Justin Jefferson all game in Alexander. So it's going to be a very, very tough day for Justin Jefferson. It might be an Adam Thielen kind of day.
Are you feeling Thielen?
I'm feeling Thielen.
I'm about to bust.
But that's definitely I'd stay away from Minnesota's offense pretty much this week, especially being a divisional game. So they know what to expect. They know how to game plan against these guys. They know what's going on.
Exactly.
So moving into that special area.
Oh, it's a bet.
So our bet of the week, you did you put your bet of the week in this week?
I put my bet in the weekend this week.
All right.
So speaking of garbage time football, we're just talk about garbage time football. Now, usually when I bet, I always try to go, if I'm going to bet, but I don't. I always go for something at least with at least 7-point spread. This week, I'm going with Miami, who's minus 3.5 to the Jets. It's going to be quality garbage time football. Bring all the kids in front of the television because it's going to be great to watch. And I feel that Miami is going to win by at least a touchdown.
Miami. No,
Miami.
I can see that. I can see that. It's another one of those divisional games where they do know each other, but Miami's definitely the more talented team.
I don't think Joey knows the system yet.
Yeah, you could be right. You could be definitely right. So it could definitely be a lot of running plays and things of that sort. Not a lot of airing out. So Corey Davis is going to be a guy that you probably want to stay away from. But then again, we've seen weirder things happen in Jets games where you see Mike White just come out, throw 4 touchdowns for 400 yards on his first start, and goes out and says that he should have been the first overall pick in the draft. And then
he goes out with a wrist injury.
After throwing 4 interceptions or 3 interceptions or whatever the following week.
Yeah.
Maybe you
Mike.
shouldn't have said that. But
Mikey, don't get cocky yet.
Yeah.
Don't get cocky, kid.
I went with Baltimore. They are giving 5.5. I think this is It's going to be
yeah.
a blowout. Baltimore's not going to be able to keep pace with Chicago. It's just not going to happen. Lamar Jackson's going to have a day and a half. There's wide receivers in Batman and Hollywood Brown are going to have big days. Mark Andrews. Just name off a list. Chicago's defense without Khalil Mack is not going to present any pressure on the quarterback. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be a good day.
No, you're not going to have yourself a good day.
No, not going to have a good day.
No, not a good time at all.
No, not having a good time. So, finishing up, questions. Well, we didn't really touch on this, and it's kind of like a national story, I guess. How did you feel about that Zach Stacy video?
I mean, that's horrible. And frankly, Vince McMahon should call him after he gets out of jail. Because, I mean, we saw that power bomb he did, man. Vin Diesel was even like, oh.
I could not believe.
Not Vin Diesel, sorry, the wrestler Diesel.
But I couldn't believe like he literally went back for second and thirds, and this poor little woman that was probably like 5 foot, I don't know, but she just got tossed like a rag doll. And
at the same time, I mean, as much as I don't I understand the concussion protocols and how they're pussifying the sport, but because of things of where players just snap. And they do things like this. Some players, we all know about the Pittsburgh Steelers center whose head was all bashed up and drove his car into the center of the highway. And it's horrible. So the question is, did he have one of those episodes, or was he just being an alpha male and being a jerk?
I don't know, but he definitely needs to find himself behind some bars very, very soon. Hopefully she doesn't drop the charges. That's it. And that's what you see a lot of.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't feel sympathy for this guy. I hope he gets what he deserves, and hopefully he gets thrown around in jail.
A lot of salad tossing.
It's a shame. It's a shame, and I hope that the young lady is well. But yeah, so that sucks. How do you feel about? I don't know. I would say Aaron Rodgers did something this week. I don't know. It's all I see now on Feedbook is Aaron Rodgers this and Aaron Rodgers that, and State Farm doesn't have Aaron Rodgers anymore. So I don't get my Rodgers rate.
Well, you have the big conversation right now is surrounded by the Rona cards, and how Aaron Rodgers got like a slap on the wrist. You got suspended for a game or whatever, and then now you have AB that's being accused of forging his vaccination card status.
I mean, that's illegal.
Yes, that is a federal offense.
Federal.
That's what people aren't understanding. They're like,
that's just stupid.
Oh, and they try to twist it and make it into something that it should not be. The easy, layup thing is to. I'm not even going to say it, but to twist it into something that's not.
You get paid millions of dollars. You really need a forged document? Just say, I'm not vaccinated.
Right.
Okay, you don't have to be. Well, you should be, according to the NFL.
And the facts are the facts is on the Aaron Rodgers front is he never said if he was or wasn't. He's just said he was immune or he had
immunized.
Immunized. Like he went about it the natural way where he had the antibodies and everything like that, which is starting to come out that's actually the better way to go about things.
Get the virus, you'll be healthier.
Yeah, it's kind of like the chicken pox.
Which you still should get a vaccine for, because then if you don't get it as a kid, then when you become an adult, then you get
shingles.
Yeah. And if you ever put a roof on a house, they're just a pain.
They are
literally
not a good time. There's
nails. You're gonna have yourself a bad time.
All right, well, we are finishing up. This is that's it for this week. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend, tell 2 friends. They maybe tell a friend. Spread
tell everybody
word.
at Bobcat Liquors on
Route
45, Delsey Drive in Deptford, New Jersey. If you're listening
Barfy,
still,
Yeah.
Check out
the-
Barfy the Bastard Brigade, Last Second Sports every Saturday now.
Yes. And Barfy and the Bastard Brigade on Tuesdays for their usual podcast,
That's
which in the next couple of weeks, I'll be probably joining in the fun because I'll be off from work. So that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's about
that'd be good.
time. Maybe we
I
can do
know.
shot collar roulette.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for you. It's your turn there, buddy.
I
But
know.
also coming up this Tuesday, not for Thanksgiving, but we do discuss cute animals. There was we got a question real quick. Who cares about Tuesday's show? We have a question. Armando. Should I trade Ingram for Devonta for Clyde? Oh, should I trade Ingram and Devontae for Clyde?
No.
That's
Clyde
a big-
Edwards-Helaire is not a good running back.
No, he had
People
one. He
need
had
to-
one good season.
Yeah. It's stop trying to force feed the fact that this guy is a solid running back. He is surrounded by talent and he still falters heavily. I hate to bring size into the question and everything, but he is smallish and he's just not getting it done. He hasn't been getting it done. He's had a few big games his rookie year. He had maybe one or two big games this year, but other than that, he falls flat on his face. He's just
At best,
not there.
He's a backup flex player.
Yeah,
at best.
like right now you have if that's Devontae Smith, you have a guy that you could probably put in set and forget how this Eagles offense is rolling now. Could probably be a guy that you're going to start on a weekly basis. Ingram, with Kamara out, you don't know when Kamara is definitely going to come back or not. So he's going to have the reins of that backfield, and he's going to get a lot of those carries. So I would not trade him for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. The reason why the guy is just trying to get rid of him is because the name holds value. The player doesn't.
Correct. Let's see. Here we go. It's for my flex. My wide receivers are Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill, running back Swift and Najee. Yeah, that sounds pretty solid.
Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah, I'm a big Swift fan. Najee's solid.
I'm 9-1. Oh, good for you. Oh, good for you.
Oh, good for you.
I'm 9-1 and don't need these next few games. Yeah, but you're gonna need them in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
You're gonna need them in the playoffs. So don't be peacocking yet, my friend.
Yeah.
Armando, thanks for listening, though.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I've never been big on him. Like he was put into an offense that he could succeed, and he's average at best. And he's not a guy that let me just give me a minute.
While you're doing your Furby there, Joe Butler, welcome, sir. Haven't seen you pop on in a minute.
Ooh.
And also coming up this Tuesday, we discuss they released the world cutest animal pictures in wildlife, and this one, the one that we felt the winner is rather hilarious and about a monkey. So obviously monkeys are cute. Also, we talk about a celebrated woman of the night in Las Vegas who finally retired at 76 years old after 54 years of service.
She retired?
She retired. A whopping 500,000 satisfied customers.
Oh, I'm thinking of the wrong person then.
Yeah, you got to listen and find out.
I will listen. I will listen.
All
right, so I'm sorry. Okay. So looking at it like this, your playoffs are probably going to be week 15 and 16. Championship being or week 15, 16, or 17, or whatever, however you guys want to place it, everything like that. Chargers.
He's also in a 12-man league.
He's also in a 12-man league. I understand that. That's so you're looking at Clyde Edwards-Helaire playing the Chargers, which probably isn't a great matchup. Pitt, which is they have a good defense. They have a good defense. JJ Watt should be back by then. Or not JJ Watt, excuse me. The TJ, excuse me. So that's again not a good matchup. And then Cincinnati, who's going to be hungry, that's going to be probably on the cusp of a playoff spot, and they're going to go balls to the walls, probably not a good matchup. So you're setting yourself up for failure by taking on Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah, I could trade for Darryl instead.
I wouldn't touch that freaking backfield.
You got a good line of Armando. You
Don't
struck
ruin
gold.
it for
Stop
it.
digging.
You're 9-1. Just relax.
Coast
You're-
it, man.
The biggest mistake people make is trying to make a trade just to make a trade. Don't do it. There's no reason for it. You got a solid roster. Sit
Sit
on it.
Just you're sitting pretty.
Just
What's your
have
number
fun
two
with it.
like? Who's number two? He's got it. Unless he's like, actually, no, you're 9-1. Just ride this, man. Ride this
Dude,
wave.
you're 9-1. There's no reason to be making moves. I understand you want to take some bench players and turn them into starters. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not a starter. I'm sorry. He's a guy that when he does come back and he starts playing, is a guy that I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to start him because even like Darrell Williams has had a couple nice games, but I wouldn't touch that backfield. It's not a running offense. It is a passing offense. And even so, Clyde Edwards-Helaire doesn't really catch a lot of balls out of the backfield to even say, all right, well, maybe some checkdowns will go his way. It's not going to happen. It is Tyreek Hill. It's Kelsey. It's, whoever else is on the other side, Hardman, Josh Gordon starting to get some looks or starting to get some playing time. It's going to be a pass-oriented offense. This is why I'd stay away from Kansas City's backfield going forward. Don't try to make a trade just to make a trade. It's the biggest mistake any fantasy football owner makes every year. Let me trade some of my depth because what happens is someone gets hurt. Now your depth's gone and you're screwed.
So, Armando, thanks, man, for engaging and
Great
please
questions.
stick around, man. Like,
Great questions.
greatly appreciate it. Also, I like seeing Monahan get all amped up. It's kind of cute. It's you're cute and you're angry, sir.
Thanks.
So
Where were we?
where were we?
You were talking about cute animals for some fucking reason.
Language.
Oh, I'm sorry. We are
No,
about
so-
Kent Liquors
no,
on
no,
45.
The 47 Delsey Drive, Route 47 in Deptford, New Jersey. Bobcat Liquors. No, they won awards and for best pictures, and they're not cute. They're funny. And we found the winner, and it's hilarious.
Can't wait to see. Cannot wait to see.
And I just realized I didn't really describe it that well on the audio side of it, but that just means you have to listen to it and then watch it on the YouTubes. But happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We are going to try to do a Thursday morning show. Ryan and myself. Monahan might be a little swollen.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidgen,
Okay.
I can't wait.
I'll try. But
Just try to muscle it out. Or
just
just get all doped up and just be sitting there like,
it's not. I don't even think I'm going to be able to get like that. There's no more fun stuff out there.
yeah, that's true. I mean, I got some edibles for you.
No, there we go. That'll put me to sleep.
There you go. Or get you really hungry. Be like, Sarah, the meatloaf. I don't know what she's doing over there.
Yeah, I think that does it for this week.
That's it, folks.
We'll check out Tuesday's show, possibly Thursday's show, and then we'll see you again on Saturday next week. As always, Barfy, it was a great time.
Always, sir. And actually, I'm actually off for my job on next Saturday. So somebody's going to start drinking at like 8:00 in the morning. So it'll be a great episode.
That should be interesting.
So thanks a lot, guys.
Hey, take care. See you guys sometime next week.